हेलो बच्चों, कैसे हैं आप सभी? अच्छे से पेपर पढ़ रहे हैं आई होप एंड so today there is a lot of articles which are related to environment conservation, environmental issues and how those issues should be dealt by taking important articles, important context, news, current affairs from various regions, because we are celebrating today, that is 22nd April, World Earth Day. Every year that is celebrated, and because of this there are related articles. Let's take up each article in detail one by one. And the first article that we are going to take up is preparing India for water stress. So yes, the first article that you can see is preparing India for water stress, climate resilience. So this is important for you for prelims perspective. If we say current events of national international importance like groundwater, World Bank, United Nations Water Conference, SDG 6 is related to water, WASH, Jal Shakti Abhiyan, etc., which has been mentioned in this article. And then for mains, for you it is important for paper 2, paper 3 in terms of geographical features and their location, changes in critical geographical features, etc. So as I have always been telling the students who are watching who are new to this platform, to the daily newspaper analysis, let me tell you the 2 to 3 things I have been mentioning regularly that you should be consistent with is that go through the syllabus, connect whatever you read from newspaper with the syllabus so that you know the significance, and then you should be solving every day previous year question paper, and with that you start predicting what questions should come in next year of your examination which you are targeting. Okay, so that is why I always tell you to connect whatever you read with syllabus so that your understanding of the topic becomes much impactful, much better. So read this paragraph. Through the first paragraph, as I always tell you, we get the context, and that you can use in your introductions as well, introductory part as well you can write. And then the last paragraph is about conclusions. That is how you should learn how to write conclusion, and that is the importance of reading newspaper. So पहला paragraph पढ़ो आप. As the India Meteorological Department predicts a hotter summer and long heat waves from April 10 to April to June, India must also prepare for water stress. तो यहाँ पे एक word देखो, heat wave. In 2 to 3 days back, there was an article in which we read in detail what is heat wave, severe, normal, all these extreme heat wave, all the categories we dealt with in detail, and then we also looked at heat action plan, and all those kind of concepts are important for you for your mains. On a similar line, this article is there. Please go back to that daily newspaper analysis and go back and just revise so that you can have more additional information surrounding that topic. So this is about the context. Today, as we say, this is Earth Day, April 22. That is always celebrated on 22nd April. We all know the Earth Day is celebrated every year. So with this, let's move to now one detailed article, more simplified, in more simplified manner. तो जो आर्टिकल में है कंटेंट उसी को यूज करते हुए सब हेडिंग्स में दे करके आई हैव मेड दिस content for you, and there are some facts, and then in the end I'll be showing you some of the previous year questions, also practice questions, which is important, which we do always in our daily newspaper analysis. तो context क्या है? Indian Meteorological Department predicts a hotter summer and longest heat wave from April to June, that we read from the article. Groundwater. So groundwater is the water. What is groundwater? You should know it is the water present below the earth's surface and is a vast resource of water. Almost 22% of water is below the surface land in the form of groundwater. So जो total water है उसका 22% is in the form of underground, that is below the surface. Importance क्या है ग्राउंड वाटर का? ग्राउंड वाटर इज द बैकबोन ऑफ इंडियाज एग्रीकल्चर एंड ड्रिंकिंग वाटर सिक्योरिटी इन रूरल एंड अर्बन एरियाज. इट मीन्स nearly 80% of the country's drinking water and 2/3 of its irrigation needs. So 80% of country's drinking water needs are met, and then 2/3 of is irrigation needs. Groundwater is pivotal to India's water scarcity. So this is about some of the facts about the groundwater. Now let's see the pictorial presentation of the groundwater. So you can see groundwater fills the spaces between soil particles and featured rock beneath the earth's surface. So this is your groundwater. Unsaturated zone, पहले क्या है, land surface है, and there is surface water. This is called as surface water, and there is an unsaturated zone, and then below that it's called as water. तो ये layers आपको ध्यान होना चाहिए. पहले क्या है, land surface, and then we have surface water, and then there is unsaturated zone. Below unsaturated zone there is water table, ठीक है, and then below and water table में ही जो है अंडरग्राउंड, जो ग्राउंड वाटर जिसको बोलते हैं, वाटर टेबल जहाँ तक होता है वहीं पे ग्राउंड वाटर होता है. एंड देन देयर इज बिलो दिस इज अ सैचुरेटेड जोन. पहले अनसैचुरेटेड जोन आएगा, देन सैचुरेटेड जोन आएगा जहाँ से ग्राउंड वाटर खत्म हो जाता है. एंड देन वी हैव फ्रैक्चर्ड रॉक्स एंड द ग्रेवल्स. ग्राउंड वाटर फिल्स द स्पेसेस बिटवीन soil particles and fractured rock beneath the earth's surface. So this is the some basics about the underground. Now what you need to know is water crisis. What is water crisis, how it happens? So it may be physical or economic. Then factors of water crisis, क्या क्या है water crisis के? Rapid urbanization, industrialization. Because of rapid urbanization there is a lot of demand of the water and extraction of water as well, over utilization of water. Then there is unsustainable agriculture practices. मतलब गवर्नमेंट ने एक बार इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फ्री कर दी थी फॉर एग्रीकल्चर प्रैक्टिसेस. तो क्या हुआ, लोग पंप चला करके छोड़ देते थे और अंडरग्राउंड वाटर बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सट्रैक्ट करते थे, पानी एकदम फालतू में वेस्ट बहता जाता था. तो वही एग्जाम्पल यूज करते हुए कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे अनसस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चरल प्रैक्टिसेस. क्लाइमेट चेंज इज ऑल्सो द रीजन. इरेटिक रेनफॉल पैटर्न्स, कभी ड्रॉट आ रहा है, कभी फ्लड आ रहा है. एंड देन वाटर ओवर यूज इज देयर. Inefficient water management, pollution, inadequate infrastructure, lack of belongingness among the stakeholders. मतलब जो stakeholders हैं which are dependent on the water and its resources, so they do not believe, they do not feel them responsible towards saving the water. So and there is no less belongingness among the stakeholders. So this point is about this. Runoff due to high rain along with the soil erosion and sedimentation, because there is deforestation. So the roots, the plants are not there, because whose roots binds the soil, and when the soil is not bound, the water which comes running, it just leaches the ground, it just runs off, and फालतू में water जो है ग्राउंड में जाने के बजाय अंडरग्राउंड में सीप होने के बजाय बह करके फालतू में वेस्ट हो जाता है ना, जो है, एंड इट ड्राइज अप. सो अंडरग्राउंड जब पानी खींचने का कैपेसिटी ही नहीं रहेगा अर्थ का, तो अंडरग्राउंड स्टोरेज कैसे होगा? इट जस्ट रन्स ऑफ. सो दिस पॉइंट इज अबाउट दैट. Water scarcity. What do you mean by water scarcity? Let's look at that now. So it leads to, water scarcity leads to the poor functioning of ecosystem, threatens food and water security, and ultimately affects peace, according to World Resource Institute. So now you should know this fact. 17 countries face extremely high levels of water stress, which is threatening to result in conflict, unrest and peace among people. What is the background? There are some facts which has been given. India जो है 18% of world population इंडिया में है, बट जो अर्थ वो है लैंड सरफेस है वो 2.4% है इंडिया के पास ऑफ टोटल लैंड ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, on 4% of the Earth's surface area, and it has just 4% of global fresh water. So it's 2.4%. You have to check. I think there is some mistake in this data. Nearly half its rivers are polluted, and 150 of its primary reservoirs are currently at just 38% of total live storage capacity. India is the largest user of groundwater in the world. 3/4 of India's districts are hotspots for extreme climate events. So these are the some of these facts about water crisis in India. What is the relation between water and the economy? That is important for us. Let's look at relation between water and economy. Water connects hydrological, food and energy system, impacting millions of people. Precipitation is primary source of soil moisture and water stored in vegetation, green water, and water available in rivers and aquifers, blue water. तो एक्वेफर्स में जो वाटर अवेलेबल है उसको ब्लू वाटर बोलते हैं, और जो वेजिटेशन में अवेलेबल है उसको ग्रीन वाटर बोलते हैं. सो ग्रीन वाटर, ब्लू वाटर is a fact for prelims perspective. Just note down. Both blue and green water impact the food we grow, irrigation, crops, influencing harvest and being critical to the economy. This sector employs the most and is increasingly climate vulnerable. Then fact This kind of facts is helpful for you to make your arguments authentic. So India Employment Report 2024 क्या कहता है? It shows that agriculture still employs around 45% of population. मतलब agriculture activity में 45% of the population India की involved है, लगी हुई है, and absorbs most of the country's labor force. So agriculture इतना important है, और water crisis की वजह से most negatively impacted is agriculture. So imagine the percentage of people of the total population impacted due to water crisis, and in turn, which is in turn impacting negatively agriculture. Council on Energy, Environment and Water study, it showed that monsoon rainfall is changing patterns in India, with 55% of tehsils and sub-districts seeing a significant increase of more than 10% in southwest monsoon rainfall in the last decade compared to the previous 3. So these are the some of the facts. So marking the agriculture sector more resilient to climate and water stresses matters for jobs, growth and sustainability, that we did see by example of the agriculture. And then further, climate crisis and its impact on hydrometeorological disasters. So how water crisis is related to the climate crisis, and how climate crisis impacts the hydrometeorological disasters. So there is this fact which is important for you. According to United Nations World Water Development Report 2020, almost 75% of natural disasters in 2 decades were related to water. According to CEEW analysis, between 1970 to 2019, the number of flood associated events such as landslides, thunderstorms and cloudbursts increased by up to 20 times in India. Fresh water, one of the 9 planetary boundaries, has been transgressed. 23 studies. So these are the some of the facts which you need to remember for the answers. So some of the points which I have given here is the way forward. What is the way forward? Like some of the points you can remember: we must move from panic reactions when disasters strike, and then climate action cannot be left to a few sectors of business. It has to be collaborative approach. And then leverage financial tools to raise money for climate adaptation in the water sector. India's climate action has been largely focused on mitigation in the industrial, energy and transport sector. More funding is needed. So funding, collaborative approaches, all these things are important. Then some of the agriculture practices like micro irrigation, drip irrigation, etc. in agriculture can be followed. And then considering the investments in India under corporate social responsibility between 2014 to 15 and 2020 to 2021, there is a potential to leverage about 12,000 crore worth of investments every year. So with help of CSR, this much amount can be generated to be investment in this to safeguard the water crisis, or to check the water crisis. Pursuing more coherence in water, energy and climate policies, creating data-driven baselines to increase water savings. And then a water secure economy is the first step towards a climate resilient one. So water secure economy honi chahiye so that we can achieve water resilience economy. And now time to see previous year question paper. What kind of questions are expected? Look at the question. Why is the world today confronted with the crisis of availability of access to fresh water resources? 150 or 10 marker. This question has been asked in GS1 2023. And then you can see practice question: discuss the interconnected challenges of water stress, climate change and sustainable development in India, and propose policy measures for enhancing water security. Let's say there's a 150 words 10 marker. So with this article you can easily attempt such kind of questions, and it is a very probable area to be asked. Then the next, what is water stress, how and why does it differ regionally in India? This was asked in UPSC 2019. This last question is not in the ambit of today's daily newspaper analysis. This should be discussed by your geography faculty. Whenever you read geography, do focus on such areas. And then let's go to second article, and this article is empower the guardians of the earth, do not rob them. Here who has been referred to as guardians? The tribals, the people, the inhabitants of the forest areas, like the tribals, particularly vulnerable tribals, etc. For example, in this, there is a news about Andaman Nicobar Island, where 3 project has been started by the government of India, and it is threatening the rights of the inhabitants of that Andaman Nicobar Island, and how such kind of activity is called as colonial kind of environmental practices, which is being criticized in this article. And then why this article is important? GS paper 3, environment, conservation, areas, wildlife sanctuary, critical for UPSC as it addresses indigenous rights, conservation ethics, land management and environmental justice in Andaman Nicobar Islands. So this article is very, very significant for us. Let's read the first paragraph and some of the content which has been given before we take up subheading wise content which I have classified and have put it in easy manner to be read. So, empower the guardians. First paragraph: in the southern expanse of Andaman and Nicobar archipelago, off the shores of Little Nicobar, lies 7 tiny islands. Classified as uninhabited in government's record, these islets are nonetheless integral to indigenous communities of region. 2 officially called Meru and Menchal are known as Pirui and Pingaek respectively to the Paiute and indigenous southern Nicobarese peoples who hold traditional rights over these and other isles. So, what are the 3 steps which has been started? Conservation colonialism. As I said, how colonialists in name of conserving forests tried to extract the resources of that particular area. That is how the recent step taken by the government of India has been criticized. That is, it's kind of conservation colonialism. What is that? In May 2022, in complete disregard of the indigenous land ownership and management system, the Andaman Nicobar administration issued 3 public notices and announcing its intention to create 3 wildlife sanctuaries. Where are these? A coral sanctuary at Meru Island, a megapod sanctuary. Megapod क्या है? Kind of bird है. Sanctuary at Menchal Island and a leatherback turtle in sanctuary on Little Nicobar Island. So this step has been criticized by the authors of this article, and how? Let's understand that. So before we take up, let's discuss this kind of article with the help of practice question. Let's see, there is a question: discuss the implication of imposition of wildlife sanctuaries on a traditionally managed islands, the Andaman Nicobar archipelago, for indigenous rights and conservation ethics. 250 words, 10 marks. Context क्या article का? We already saw the context. Indigenous land management practices. Now let's understand the article in easier language that I have tried to bring through this deconstructed form of the article. By the way, this content has been taken from the article only, nothing new. Some additional information I have provided in the handout that you can download and read from Telegram channel of Tathastu ICS. So imposition of wildlife sanctuaries in May 2020. So these are the imposition that you already know. Problem क्या है? Despite objection from the southern Nicobarese, the administration proceeded to designate Meru, Menchal and the areas of Little Nicobar as wildlife sanctuaries, undermining indigenous land rights and management system. So this is the problem. Ecological concerns and conservation colonialism matlab the selection of these islands for conservation reserves is questioned due to arbitrary designation and lack of biodiversity assessment. So these are the issues with this. Impact क्या होगा indigenous community पे? That is important. So how this practice, this step will impact the indigenous community. Wildlife sanctuaries threaten the livelihood and cultural aspects of the practices of the indigenous communities, including the Great Nicobar Islanders and Shompen tribe. So these are the 2 tribes that has been mentioned, Great Nicobar Islanders and Shompen tribe. The unilateral decision to establish sanctuaries disregard the profound significance of ancestral lands to indigenous population, perpetuating conservation colonialism. So this kind of word are important for you. You can also note down, remember and use in your mains answer. That is how you enrich your answer. Okay? So yes, this is how important reading newspaper is, because you pick good words, you pick words which enriches your mains answers, and that is how you reduce your number of words to use to express what you want to express in the answers. क्या होता है, जब अच्छे वर्ड्स होते हैं तो हमारा एक्सप्रेशन भी शॉर्ट हो जाता है और बेटर तरीके से एक्सप्रेस होता है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी रीड न्यूज़पेपर टू पिक सच एक्सप्रेशंस, टू पिक सच वोकैब्स एंड वर्ड्स. So global perspective on indigenous rights क्या है? Globally, indigenous people's rights to ancestral lands are often violated under the pretext of development or conservation. Indigenous territories encompass significant biodiversity and constitute essential guardians of the earth, highlighting the need for respect and empowerment. So उनके rights को हमें जो है overstep नहीं करना है. Let this kind of areas be in their own right to manage, and they are actually the ones who have managed it well for years. Then call for empowerment and justice, empowering indigenous communities to steward their ancestral territories is essential for justice and sustainability, honoring their wisdom and traditional land management practices. So अगर आपको ये एक न्यूज़ पता होगी, बहुत साल पहले जब सुनामी struck the lands, तो अंडमान निकोबार के जो ट्राइब्स थे, they could predict the incoming of the tsunami and they fled the area before tsunami struck and they were the ones who were saved. तो उनकी जो ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज है, ट्रेडिशनल अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, लेट इट बी लेफ्ट ऑन देम एंड लेट्स नॉट ओवरस्टेप इन देयर territories, in their forest areas. So some of the additional information I have provided that you can read on your own. I'm not going to discuss it, but like role of indigenous communities in combating climate change, how traditional communities, how tribals can be helpful in combating the climate change problems. Some of the points I have given, just go through and try to read. The third article that is to be read today by us is the challenges of renewable energy. So this is important for you for GS paper 3, Indian economy, infrastructure, energy. Critical for UPSC as it addresses interdisciplinary issues like renewable energy, sustainable development, climate change mitigation and environmental governance. So this is how this article is important for us. Let's understand this by easier language, and this content is nothing but more simplified version written with the help of headings and subheadings and how question answer should be written. ठीक है, कुछ नया नहीं इसमें मैं ऐड करती हूँ, जो भी कंटेंट आर्टिकल में दिया है उसी को बस हेडिंग सब हेडिंग में लिख करके आपको प्रेजेंट कर देती हूँ, जिससे जब आप रिवाइज करें तो आपको ईजी लगे. तो कॉन्टेक्स्ट क्या है आर्टिकल का? द आर्टिकल एग्जामिन्स द कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज ऑफ integrating large-scale renewable energy projects, particularly solar parks, with the development, sustainability and climate change mitigation goals in India. So introduction में क्या लिखना है? Simon Steele, the United Nations Climate Change Executive Secretary, emphasizes the urgency of next 2 years in addressing climate change. तो जो अगला 2 साल है, ठीक है, that is very important if we want to successfully reverse the effect of climate change. ठीक है, so next 2 years are quite important. That has been mentioned by Simon Steele, the United Nations Climate Change Executive Secretary. How examining solar parks. Now we skip this line, let's read. The linkages between development, sustainability and climate change mitigation remain unclear as current development models drive unsustainable greenhouse gas emissions. So the next part is about examining solar parks, resource competition impacts, different approaches, challenges and opportunities. All these has been mentioned, but let's discuss this with an understanding of question. India has immense potential for solar energy, though there are regional variations in its development. Elaborate. So this you will read in your human geography part. Human geography. Okay. And that was asked in GS1 2020. So you can understand, if you are reading newspaper well, you direct questions are asked in UPSC and you can easily handle them. तो मुझे तो लगता है 40 to 50% जो है न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग जो है वो 40 to 50% हेल्प करता है आपके सक्सेस में, आपके GS मेंस एंड एज वेल एज प्रीलिम्स में. GS मेंस में मैं बोलूँगी 50% इज़ डन थ्रू न्यूज़पेपर. अगर आप न्यूज़पेपर अच्छे से पढ़ रहे हो तो योर 50% वर्क इज़ डन. सो यस, challenges and opportunities of integrating large scale renewable energy projects. Challenges क्या हैं? Intermittency. Renewable energy sources like solar and wind are intermittent, dependent on weather conditions, posing challenges for grid stability and reliability. Grid integration में क्या problem है? Then integrating large scale renewable energy projects into existing grids requires upgrades and modifications to accommodate various generation patterns and ensure grid sustainability. Next problem क्या है? Storage technology. There is a lack of well developed storage capacity. Then land use and environmental impact भी है. कैसे? Large scale renewable energy projects may require significant land area, raising concerns about land use conflicts. And recently अगर आपको याद है, हमने Great Indian Bustard के बारे में पढ़ा था, that some petitioners reached the court with the PIL saying that the overlaying of the power transmission lines are negatively impacting or threatening the lives of Great Indian Bustard of the area of Rajasthan and Gujarat. Government came up and said that भाई जो है फिर हम अपने एनर्जी रिक्वायरमेंट की जो हमारे एम है, जो हमारी कमिटमेंट है, वो कैसे पूरा करेंगे अगर हम बंद कर देंगे यहाँ से ओवरलेइंग ऑफ पावर ट्रांसमिशन. देन जुडिशरी ने बंद कर दिया था उसको. पिटिशनर्स बोला ठीक है, पिटिशनर के बिहाफ पे जुडिशरी व्हेन इट हर्ड द केस इट पुट अ ब्लैंकेट बैन, गवर्नमेंट ने क्वेश्चन किया, फिर वापस ऐसे डेवलपमेंट हैपेंड, लाइसली बोला कि अंडरग्राउंड लेइंग ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन होना चाहिए। तो ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है कि भाई डेवलपमेंट और जो एनवायरमेंटल प्रोटेक्शन जो डिबेट है वो कैसे बैलेंस किया जा सके। So yes, then for next is policy and regulatory uncertainty. Uncertain policy frameworks, regulatory barriers, and inconsistent government support can deter investments in large-scale renewable energy projects, affecting project viability and profitability. So those kind of cases which we have already dealt in our discussion. If you are reading newspaper consistently, you can obviously connect a lot of things, and very good content will get created if you are thorough, if you are consistent with newspaper reading. So yes, I think we have completed opportunities. We have mentioned, you can also mention like opportunities क्या है, decarbonization, energy security, job creation, economic growth, technological innovation, energy access, market competitiveness, resilience and adaptation, community benefits. These are some of the opportunities in dealing with, when we say that challenges and opportunities of integrating large scale renewable energy projects. जो large scale renewable energy projects हैं उसके challenges and opportunities क्या हैं, so we have dealt with it. I'll be uploading this handout on Telegram channel Tathastu SS. You can download and just read. न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते वक्त जो बहुत ओवरवेलमिंग लगता है, आर्टिकल्स बहुत हैपोजेड तरीके से टफ लैंग्वेज दिया है, जो ये हैंडआउट का फ़ायदा अगर आप डाउनलोड करके इसको रिवाइज करते हो तो ये फ़ायदा है कि बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपको इजी लैंग्वेज में मैंने लिख के दे दी है, आप क्वेश्चन आंसर के फॉर्मेट में पढ़ सकते हो और इजीली अंडरस्टैंड कर सकते हो, ठीक है। सो विद दिस आई एंड अप टुडेज डेली न्यूज़पेपर एनालिसिस। आई विल सी यू टुमारो। ऑल द बेस्ट बच्चों, तथास्तु।